What's up, YouTube? The stuff that they come up with, the engineers come up with, it's irritating. So, I got the new water pump on the Ford Fusion. Those of you that follow this channel, y'all know that I've been working on this Ford Fusion, trying to get it running, back running, and just kind of piddling with it right now until the weekend. So I'm coming out here every night just piddling with it for a little bit. So I put the water pump on. So the water pump runs off of the camshaft. So there's a pulley on the outside of the head, and that's what runs the water pump. Now, why they couldn't put it over there where all the other pulleys are, I don't know. Probably something different Ford was going to try. But to say the least, this is what we got going on. So I'm about to explain why that tire's off in a second. So there's the water pump pulley. Okay, that's the camshaft pulley. Here's the belt. So this is a brand new belt. It's a Gates belt, which is supposedly the best you can buy, which I've had some good luck with the Gates. So you put it around the water pump pulley, if it'll do right. Okay, and then it's got these holes in it. Okay, and you put a zip tie right here, and you can do one of two things. You can either try to turn it over, and it'll the zip tie will hold the belt on, and it'll feed it all the way through, or you do what I'm gonna do the correct way. And take that little access door, take it down, and turn the motor over by hand. So usually stretch fit belt means what it says, stretch fit. So basically why they use the stretch fit belt is so that there's no need for like an idler pulley or a belt tensioner. There's no need in any of that. You just stretch fit the belt, and it works out pretty good as long as it doesn't lose too much of its form. But you gotta stretch it a good little ways to get it to go on there. I've seen them turn the motor over and it goes right on, and I've seen them turn the motor over and it start and it not go on, and it tears the belt up. So I'm gonna turn it over by hand. Isn't that big of a deal, but that's kind of where we're at with it right now. Just something else. So after I get the water pump on, I'm gonna put the upper intake, the plenum on, and put all that back together, and should be good to go. Other than a couple little things, inside door handles, trunk latch. I'm gonna replace the fog light bulbs. I'm probably gonna replace the headlights. I'm gonna try to fix this front bumper where it's hanging out. I think I did another video that showed you how much it was hanging out. Should be just some clips that you can get that will hold it back into place. And detail it the best I can. And I got the ABS sensors on the way, and I have the trunk latch on the way. And I'm gonna have to find me another tire for the passenger rear to put on, because I think that's affecting the ABS because it's a different size than the rest of them. 3 tires on the car, which is supposed to be on it, is 225 50 17, and the tire on the passenger rear is a 215 55 17. So I think that's affecting the ABS, because that wheel is moving at a different speed than the other 3. So that could be affecting it. Don't put different size tires on your car, especially if it's 4-wheel drive. There's some cars that does have different size tires, like the Mustang, Camaro, I think the Challenger. Sports cars like that, they kind of sit higher in the rear. So sometimes you can get away with that. If you got like a 2-wheel drive Jeep and you got 235s on the front and you put 255s on the back, it's not really going to matter much. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm not putting that belt on tonight. I'm about to go in. So when I get home from work tomorrow, I'll try to get that belt on, and I'll let y'all know how it went. But it's going to go about like you think it would. You just turn the motor over and the belt will grab and go on. The key to that is just making sure the motor is turning in the right direction for the belt to go on, or you'll just keep rolling it off. Or if you got the zip tie tight enough, if you turn it the wrong way, it could grab and it could get put on that way. But I don't want to have to attempt to do that. If I'm going the wrong way, then I won't stop and go the other way. And you don't want to turn the motor over backwards from the way it usually turns too. That's probably not good for the bottom end. So I got a little bit of a funny story for you. So I bought a old single cab short bed Sonoma 2-wheel drive a while back, last year, and it was a 5-speed, and it was lowered. Well, it was kind of low. It wasn't lowered, but it sat low to the ground. It had the 4-cylinder in it, the 2.2. It was man, it was. I thought I was getting something that was good on gas, which it ran good, but it didn't have no exhaust on it. It had like the little header pipe on it, the stainless chrome header pipe. Looked pretty good, but the header pipe on it was like $500. The guy before me already put it on. Wanted like $1,800 for the truck. So I bought it, and I'm backing in the driveway one day, and I put it in reverse, and the truck's rolling back about 15 miles an hour. Well, I take it out of reverse and just let it coast. Well, I went to go put it back in reverse when it was slowing down to about 5 miles an hour. I let the clutch out. I thought was reverse. It was 4th gear, and I let the clutch out. The truck stalled out, but in the process of it stalling out, it ate up the pilot bearing. It disintegrated the pressure plate. It warped the flywheel, and the motor turned over backwards and broke the timing chain. That's why you don't want a motor to turn over backwards. This motor, the 3.0 in this car probably wouldn't. It might not break the timing chain, but definitely don't want to spin them over backwards like that. So it got a new timing set, and it got a new clutch, new flywheel. It got new, which it took gear oil because it was a manual transmission, but I changed the fluid in the transmission. Did a couple little odds and ends things. I think I changed the water pump. I think I changed a couple odds and ends things on it, and I sold it. Needless to say. So always be careful about turning the motor over backwards, especially if it's by accident. But it does happen though. Stuff like that happens. So I was definitely not happy when it did happen. So alright, well, you guys have a good night, and y'all take it easy.